Are we on the air?
We're back, and as promised, this is Kamikaze the Kingmaker. I'm in the building with the cool kids. Dreon Santana is on assignment. For the first time ever, she's not in here.
Yeah, she
for the first time, she's not here. So we got two of the cool kids in here. We got Kayla Renee. We got House of Mars in the building. We got DJ Java. We got Ariel B on the content in here. And as promised at the top of the show, we got a really special program for y'all tonight, man, because we got a lot of superstars in the building, man. We got a lot of OGs in the building. Like, man, I'm excited. So, you know what I'm saying? First of all, of course, we told y'all, we got the big homie, the one and only, the Hall of Famer, the icon.
Wow.
All right? Mr. Bobby Rush in the building.
Hey.
And we got the young mogul, you know what I'm saying? Future Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, of course, man, you know what I'm saying? Music mogul, movie mogul. We're going to talk about what he's got going on as well. And him and Bobby Rush got something that we're going to play for y'all tonight that they got together. So we're going to check that on there as well. So ladies and gentlemen, we got that boy Meezy in the building.
Oh, what's going on?
Man. And we got another one of the OGs in the building. We got my man Batman representing the Wood Street Players in here, man. He just said, let me just pull up and be in the atmosphere, man, and be a part of what's going on, man. And glad to have you in the building and glad to connect folks in this building, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are gentlemen that need to know each other and need to work better, man, and work together, as a matter of fact, man. And, you know, people that the cool kids might not actually met. We like bringing some OGs through here, man, so the young bucks can
okay,
get to know
man.
y'all. Yeah.
I'm something like a Batman.
That's my OG right there.
Yeah, that's it. You say you something like a Batman. Something like a Batman.
Yeah, I'm trying to upside down.
Yeah, it is. So, Bobby Rush, we got you in the building, man. We're going to start with you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, man. So, you got a lot of good stuff going on. You got some brand new music that's happening. We're going to get to that in 1 second because, you know, one monkey can stop a show. We're going to talk about that. But you got a documentary that's about to drop right now, man, with Mississippi Public Broadcasting, man. It's about to come out, man. Tell us about that and tell us how that came about.
It took me about four or 5 years to get it together, but it's finally together.
Mm-hmm.
The group been following me all overseas and the whole bit. I won't give the name of the town because we got a couple more things to do, and we got a lot of footage, and got too much, I think.
You got to sign some release forms.
And we got something. Yeah. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But I'm happy about it. But I'm here doing what I'm doing. I've been doing this year for 72 years.
Wow.
Man.
And it's 417 records I got out.
Man.
So I've been up for a Grammy 6 times. I won 2 of those. Been up for a Blues Award 41 times. I won 19 of those.
There you go.
So I'm
You know, that's a pretty, you know, it's pretty fair.
Good.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair. It's not.
to be a country boy.
It's not.
I've been around the block.
It's not chop liver. So, you know what I'm saying, on this documentary, talk about a little bit about what the folks are going to see, some of the behind the scenes stuff, man. What can they be looking forward to?
Well, I want to show that as a blues man, as a black man, that you can do what you need to do and you can do it if you try.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start off thinking about I was going to do something that everybody relate to. After 40, 50 years in the business, I said, well, maybe this will work. Because my early 40, 50 years of the business, I wasn't making any money. You know, I was having fun and enjoying myself. But now it's about fun, but it's also about the money now.
All right now.
Yeah.
And finally, but it's better late than never. It's come late, but it's better late than never. You know? So here I am doing what I do, and I'm enjoying it. And before we got on the air today, I was talking to these young men, and I'm so excited with these young guys, man.
Yeah.
And the platform that you're doing, what you have done for people as a whole, especially for the Jackson young men and women, giving them an outlet.
Yeah.
You're giving them something to look forward to because if we don't help them, who will?
Right.
And we got to do something that we get our own image and our own, because I own the master that I am.
Yes, sir.
I am the young man I know. 5 years ago, I had the box set of the year. I was the only blues man ever lived to have the box set of the year.
Wow.
Now, how you get the box of the year? You got to own the masters.
That's it.
That's the key.
That's it.
I own the master.
Masters is the key. We talk about that a lot on this show. We talk about that with the artists and the producers that we have there. Owning your material and owning your creations are very important.
That's right, right.
So we talk about that a whole lot, and you know, you came up in a time where a lot of artists were not aware of how important it was to own the masters, and you came up with a lot of your colleagues that
Right.
were not able to financially sustain themselves because they got caught up in the music business.
You got caught up in the
So
business
talk,
of it.
so talk about how you were able to come up in that era and come out of that era with your masters and with your business intact when a lot of your colleagues did not.
In 1947, I left and went to Pine Bluff, Arkansas with my father from Louisiana. My daddy was a preacher and a pastor of 2 churches. And I met Muddy Water and Howlin' Wolf, Little Walter, and people like that. And I wanted to go to Chicago. I didn't have enough money to go to Chicago. So I had enough money to buy my ticket to Memphis, Tennessee, where B.B. King, Rufus Thomas, and Little Walter, people like that was. So I worked on the street for $2 and $3 a day until I had enough money to go to St. Louis where Albert King and Chuck Berry. I worked there enough, making $2 and $3 a week, till I got enough money to go to Chicago with Muddy Water, Howlin' Wolf, Little Walter, B.B. King, and all the big boys in the blues. But then I thought maybe when I got to Chicago, I was gonna be in heaven because I could do what I wanted to do as a black man.
Yeah.
But it hit me in the face when I got to Chicago. J.B. Lenore and Muddy Water taking me to suburb Chicago to a man who had a nightclub, a white audience, where I played behind a curtain every night. Where he wanted to hear my music and didn't want to see my face.
Wow.
So I said, God, what do I want to do now? So I went to Chess Records in 1951 to get a job. When I got to Chess Records, Leonard and Phil, who owned the record company, all the blues guy was recording for Chess. And I made a mistake. There was a paper on the table that said 10 and 208 Union was merging. And I said to Bo Diddley and Muddy Water, I said, man, this is going to be good. Especially for us colored guys. At that time, it wasn't black and white. It was colored men. I said, we're going to have a good time here. We're going to get represented well. Bo Diddley laughed at me. By that time, one of the brothers, who Phil and Leonard, walked out and said, what you guys laughing about? Bo Diddley said, Bobby Ray said, we're going to have a chance to make a lot of money, and it's going to be great because the union is merging. By that time, the other brother walked out, Leonard. He said, what you guys laughing about? He said, well, Bobby Ray said, the union is merging. So he had a paper look like this in my hand. He threw it to me and said, what that say, boy? Talking to me. And I read it to him. He turned around and told his brother, so we can't use that in because he can read.
Wow.
I didn't get the job. So right that day, I started working on my master because I could read the contract. They didn't want me a part of that.
Wow.
And that's what started me. And then shortly after that, I met a gentleman that I talk about in this book called Caesar Capone. He's Al Capone brother, who taken me in his arm, taking the like of me and showed me the ropes. Wasn't paying me any money, but I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot by him telling me what to do, what not to do. And that was a best lesson. At that time, I was mad with him. But I learned he was teaching me how to protect myself in my masters.
Right.
So here I am now on most of my masters. One I don't own, the one I didn't try to own, I want to sell them or whatever. But one thing for sure, and I thank you guys for letting me have a minute to talk about this.
Absolutely.
God has really blessed me to remember well. He also blessed me to be in a position long enough to learn that I don't know anything. Because when a man tell what he want, he won't talk long, because man don't know nothing. But I remember well. Now I know you guys are rappers. But for the 65 years ago, I wrote a song. And I have 391 songs that I can remember, 400 songs I record. But I can remember most of this stuff. It's that Internet shack down by the bay, not far from New Orleans. I met this pretty woman down there when I was about 19. She wouldn't have told her daddy she wanted to marry me. Look on her dad's face really was a sight to see. He said, get out of here with you and don't you come back no more. Well, I want to meet a daddy like a young man ought, but he didn't want no blues singer. He's married to his daughter. So I went by the house that day. He met me at the door, dad, mom, big brother John, and the dog named Bo. Saying, get out of here. Don't you come back no more. Well, her brothers and sisters took the dogs on me, made them tear off all my clothes. I was running fast trying to get away down the Dusty Road. I was running fast trying to get away and across the railroad track. I could hear the kids throwing rocks at me every time I stopped to look back, saying, get out of here and don't you come back no more. When I sneaked down to get married to Jersey Studio Sodom Swear, to take this woman for your lawful wife and not a one-night love affair. Before I could open my mouth to say I do, guess who walked to the door? Dad, mom, big brother John, dog named Bo. When I thought if I wanted to get married anyway, I had to find a way to elope. I decided to go to Las Vegas to get away from her nose and folk. As soon as I got to Las Vegas, the same day I walked in, that was all her kin, all her friends. That doggone dog again.
So on that note, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, other than the legendary, the iconic Bobby Rush in the studio, we got my man Meezy in the studio. We got a special guest, man. We got Batman sitting in, man, representing Wood Street. Shouts out to everybody out there in Wood Street downtown, man. You know what we talking about. We here, man. We broadcasting to all 82 counties, man. So shouts out to everybody in Central Mississippi, North Mississippi, South Mississippi. Everybody that's checking us right now, and of course, you know, one of our affiliates down in Hattiesburg, WUSM. You're listening to us right now in Hattiesburg, man, on syndicated radio. We appreciate y'all, man, and continue to check us out here on Third Coast Radio as we bring you the dopest independent music of all genres. We're going to talk about crosses, man, crosses and double crosses. If you have not seen these movies, man, if you have not been representing Mississippi like you should, you can go to Amazon Prime right now and Tubi right now and check out these movies. And they doing it big, big. He talked about it a little bit later, man, but, you know, the question that everybody wants to know, what's next for crosses? Let's talk about crosses and double crosses and what it was like putting those together. And then the question that everybody's asking, they asking about triple crosses.
Triple crosses on the way.
Okay.
Man, I really just been letting the streets, like, the community, the culture, right, triple crosses. Like, people see me out in public and they really be guessing what's going to be in triple crosses. So I really be jotting it down if it's a good idea to be in it with crosses, double crosses, man. Man, kamikaze, I don't know what to say about it, man. But
I mean, you can't say you can expand my detective role a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Like a triple cross.
So I get some more lines, man. I ain't had a chance to take a bribe. I ain't had a chance to, you know, shoot nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a chance to kick in a door.
You allowed accusations.
Yes, accusations. I ain't had a chance to do any of that, man. I ain't done any of that, man. All I did was come in and ask a couple of questions, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what the people want.
no,
They want me in triple crossing. That's what I hear out there in the streets.
I think he's trying to start a fight. That's what he's
You
trying to do.
know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what the streets is talking about now. The streets say they want it. That's what they say they want now.
Now kamikaze, you know, we've been expanding on the back end, the creative part, the writer part, just really.
Oh, no doubt.
So we can, you know, future projects, man. We trying to each step we want to give it better quality, better everything. So I've been just trying to expand the people around me for just, you know, using more creative brains than myself. So man, double crosses, triple crosses, crosses. All of them on Tubi, triple crosses on the way. All double crosses on Amazon Prime. Produced by my guy Walt. Executive co-produced Beans. Martin Shepard.
Shouts out to Martin Shepard.
Yeah, so like I say, man, it was just a dope. I mean, an idea between me and him that we sat down in the car and.
Talk real quick, man, for a lot of people that are listening, because, you know, folks, you know, now it's easy to get your hands on some cameras. You know, you got people that are shooting really, really good content with their iPhones right now. So talk about, you know, what it took for you to actually, because the question is always when I had this product, you know, how can I get it to the people? Because it's different than music. You know, there's no DistroKid or United Masters for movies, but you have your movies up where they can be consumed nationwide. So talk about that process and what it took for you to get that up on Amazon Prime.
Far as Amazon Prime to all the content creators, Amazon Prime is just like YouTube. It's accessible for everybody to upload on their own. Tubi, you need an aggregator. You need a middleman, somebody to distro it for you. But other than that, Amazon Prime is accessible to all content creators. So it's an open outlet for everybody.
That's a good little gem right there.
Yeah.
It is most definitely.
Did not know that.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, it's just like
Because it's such a
YouTube.
big,
Not
such
sure
a big
dropping
platform.
tonight.
Yeah, it's just like YouTube. So, you know, you
Ariel.
upload it the right way with all the right specs and quality and everything. You know,
Kind of like uploading your music to Third Coast Radio.
Right.
There it is.
Right.
Sending music
Okay,
in the Third
little
Coast Radio.
segue there.
We gotta see if we can get the big homie, man. We gotta see if we can get Bobby Rush in triple crosses.
Yeah. That's
I love
Ooh.
it. Come on.
Ooh, okay.
Let me say to
See if
you,
we get Bobby Rush in that movie, man.
you can go and get me. I'm quite sure. I want to say to you just because thank you for what you have done and what you're doing, what you plan to do. Because I did not know that you reached this many counties through
Reach
Mississippi.
the whole state.
That's the whole state. And plus, your platform is talking about helping people who can't help themselves. Educate people who not educated about the thing you're doing to be educated more about what you're doing. And this is a big thing you're doing, not just for Mississippi, because the people will take this and take it other places,
Right.
and other people will take a copy of what we done here in Mississippi. And I'm a part of this. I'm glad to be a part of it. I enjoyed this so much, and I'm not getting ready to go, but letting you know how much I appreciate you by having this insight about this kind of a show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for that, because I want you to know that we appreciate you, because I did not know that you had this. I know about the show, did not know you're reaching this kind of mass.
It's all over. You hear that, Java? You hear that? Did you record all of that?
You got
it down?
flowers from Bobby
We need
Rush.
to make sure that
It's
you
like-
I record everything.
we gotta make
iconic.
sure that we play that for
My
the higher
arms
ups here at MPB, because you know, we're trying to work our way up, you know what I'm saying, to the top show on this beautiful, beautiful station that we're on
We
here,
love
man.
it
So
here.
Bobby Rush says this is fantastic, Java. You got that right.
Fantastic.
You got it.
Right here
And
in
also,
Studio A.
Bobby, we're in Studio A. You know what I'm saying? Just as a matter of fact, you can tell everybody that you were in Studio A tonight.
A is number one.
A is number one.
Right
There it
now.
is. You heard that, Java?
And call me for number 3.
There you-
Cross, that is.
There it is. There it is. We making big money deals in here tonight, baby. We making big money deals in here
I
tonight.
did in.
Yeah.
Bobby and triple crosses, I think we good. You and
Yeah.
triple crosses.
There it is. You heard it right here. You heard it right here first on Third Coast
Official.
Radio. Yeah, it's official. We making. Hey, you come on here, man. We're making big money deals. This is what we're doing. People are gonna be talking about this for years to come.
Years.
What happened on this exact program right here, as a matter of fact, man. But gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for being in here, man. We appreciate y'all for joining us. This has been an honor and a privilege to have y'all in the studio together. As a matter of fact, this is only the second time that we've had both of our guests in the studio at the same time, and a part of what it is we doing, man. And we appreciate y'all. Man been sitting there with us. Of course, we gotta have the Wood Street players. We gotta get you and Hodge back in here, man. And we gotta talk about old school Jacktown hip hop, you know what I'm saying, the days, you know what I'm saying, the golden years of people,
No doubt.
you know what I'm saying, don't know about, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
some stories that, you know, we can tell on the radio and some that we can't tell.
Hey man, I want to get in the movie too.
Yeah.
I want to throw my hand in the bid. Hey,
Hey, since you here,
We all in there.
hey man, let's feather your cap now to have Batman in the movie now. That's authentic.
Triple crosses, Bobby Rush, Batman. Let's get it.
There you go.
Man, I was talking to you outside before this when I was doing my research, and you was the first ever blues man to sing in China, perform in China.
Right.
So for the listeners who are listening, that is a big deal. Can you please explain the process of that?
Yeah, the process came by because I was a promoter, wanted me to go. Otherwise, they wanted a representative from entertainer from every country, and I was the U.S. representing the U.S.
Ooh,
blues
let's
man,
see.
and they didn't have any money to do this. Well, quite naturally, the blues was the lowest thing on the totem pole. They said, "Well, we don't have any money. We got $5,000, and the tickets cost that much for the band to go, really."
Yeah.
I said, "I'll take that deal." They said, "You take that deal?" I said, "Yes, I will." I said, "Well, what?" They said, "Well, what the catch?" I said, "The catch is that I do it for free, but you give me all the footage. That's what I take. Give me everything that I record for myself." And they went for it. So I went for free, but I own all the footage that were taken out.
And that's how
You can't get nothing over on Mississippi, man.
No.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you real quick, because I know Kayla Renee has a question. I'm gonna tell you how big that was. So I was on tour in the Czech Republic, and I'm sitting in a hotel room in Prague, in the Czech Republic, and I'm turning the channels. Of course, I can't understand anything that's on the TV at that time, so I'm just turning the channels. And I turned the channel, and your performance in China was on the TV. while I was in Prague.
Wow.
Yeah.
Watching you on TV, and it was a really proud moment, just for us
That's
to
right,
be
right.
overseas performing, but to see you in front of, thousands of fans in China performing and representing Mississippi. I thought that was, really, really, really dope. And the fact now that I know that you own the footage to that as
Yeah.
well. So, you gotta put that back out at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I know that you said you worked 40 to 50 years and the pay was little to nothing.
Yeah.
So what advice can you give artists today? Because most artists want to jump out there and just become this overnight superstar.
Well, if you can be a superstar overnight, that's all good, but most of the time it don't come like that. But I tell everybody, young people, be good at what you do, and take care of your business first, your publishing and things like that. Because one thing for sure, I'm sitting here, you never probably saw my show, but I'm good at what I do.
Oh yeah.
And when you're good at what you do, you don't have to even like me. You say, well, I don't like all Bobby Rich, but damn, he good.
Yeah.
That's all what matters.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's all what matters. And I tell young people, get your act together and be good at what you do. I'm good at what I do. God has really blessed me to be good at what I do.
That's good
That's
advice.
good. That's good. So, Meezy, we got you in the building, man, of course, and we're going to get to that. We got a really, really, really big treat for y'all, man, because if y'all haven't heard this record that Meezy and Bobby Rush got together, man, it's something special, and it's something that's going to start something special, man. But you in the building, so talk a little bit, man, for people that might not be familiar with you. Of course, we got Bobby Rush in here, but, talk about how you got started in the business, man, and talk about, how you got to where you are today, because you have a very interesting story. Before the internet became something super duper huge. You know what I'm saying? You was out on the road. You and my man Joker were out on the road, and y'all were out there making big money and doing big shows out there before people really knew how to navigate this music business.
Yeah, I started out at a young age, around about 19, 18, and man, I started out working with Joker. I had a couple people that I was working with, like I told Bobby earlier. I started out with Freddie Young.
Yeah.
And
I think about everybody did. Just about.
Yeah.
if you really into the music and you really not trying to do it the fast way, you kind of then miss the steps of meeting the people who did it the right way.
Right.
So yeah, I came up around the Freddie Young and watching people like Boo Racine, Kamikaze, David Banner, and really just learning the business side of it. Like you saying, I took more time just to sit down and just learn the business side more so than the music side of it. So I kind of did it backwards, to be honest with you. I kind of learned the business side, and then I took a liking for the music and came back and took more interest in trying to make myself better as an artist.
Right.
So
That wasn't backwards, though. That wasn't backwards.
right,
It was actually the best way.
That's
The
the
way to
way.
talk a little bit about, man, because I don't think people really understand the run that you and Joker had before people even realized what was happening in the city of Jackson, man, and in Mississippi, man. Just talk about how you guys were able to navigate that, and talk about the first time when you realized that the music that y'all were putting out on MySpace and online was really starting to matriculate and people were really starting to catch on. Talk about that moment when you were like, wow, folks are really, really checking this out.
To be honest with you, someone introduced me and Joker. I was doing parties with DJ T Money, and someone came through. They was going. A classmate here was going to school with him in Richmond, and she came through and just said she wanted to link us together. She thought that we both were dope, and we started working together. And he was already kind of popping on the internet, working with some guys named Big Fruit and JR McKee. So, man, I just helped with the groundwork. And when I started working with him hands-on, I was able to see his presence online. And that was kind of new for me. I wasn't really kind of sharp on the internet. But his presence was big, and he had the people behind him. They was kind of smart with the as far as the internet, so I took a liking into that and just applied the same thing behind myself. And once I seen that I was pretty good at the business side, I kind of tried to shadow what he had going on and kind of started looking out on other artists in my area.
So when did you see that this business was something that was really important for you to be a part of, like actually tangibly going out on the road and actually talking to these promoters and actually seeing the money coming in and actually the mixtapes that you were selling? Did you ever try to sit down with the rest of the guys and say, like, look, this is something that we can take here and go from this point A to point B, because y'all were really at a point where, you know, there are a lot of people that went from the step where y'all were at and took it, you know what I'm saying, to another level. You know, we talk about Soulja Boy and how Soulja Boy started this internet thing, but, you know, did you ever sit down with them and say, hey, there's a way that we can really revolutionize it, and were people really kind of understanding how big the business could be at that time?
Well, when I first realized it, just to be straight up and raw with it, like I said, I was throwing party with DJ T Money, and I had just started working my first job that I had for like 4 months. And what I seen, actually, bro got caught some legal issues, and when he went to jail, the judge told him that in order for him to keep doing whatever he doing, he had to get a job. And I was telling him, like, we working so hard on the road, there's got to be a real job. So the judge was like, we got to show us some receipts to it, like money being made. And at that point, I had never ever seen any money being made.
Right.
So I requested from the people that we was working with, and they had to send it over because it was a legal issue versus not having to send it over to an artist like me.
Right.
And so once they sent that paperwork over, man, it was more than the drug dealers. So they kind of changed everything for me. It changed the people that I was chasing and trying to be like.
Right.
I put them in the back seat. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So on top of that, you're also a filmmaker. I heard you talking. You was doing some documentaries and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
I transitioned to film, like independent films. I'm actually been in school, kind of trying to dress myself up a little better on the directing side. But man, just me being in, coming from where I'm coming from, Jackson, Mississippi, being in, the streets, bro. I was watching the guys like Murder Pain, independent filmmakers, and I was like, damn, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like I can do it, like it was just, far as the quality, and then it was just like I can do that. I got them type of people around me, and so I tried it, bro. And man, when I seen the results, like I say, it wasn't life changing, but it was more than the drug dealer.
So how did you approach that? Did you approach that the same way that you approach music?
Yeah, the same exact way. Like I just took the same marketing strategy we was applying to the music. We just applied it to the music because to the movie because it's the game. It's not saturated. So the same marketing strategy we was applying to the music, you got 15, 20 other people who have caught on and they applying it as well. So like in a city like Jackson, you got 300 artists, and 10 of them gonna figure out how to actually make it work.
Right.
Versus film, man, I ain't got no competition. So as far as just what we doing, you got and it's people around here that I actually think they're way dressed up better than what I'm doing. They got more experience and all that, but what we doing, we kind of tapping into the culture, like it's a different set of people we going after. So, and that's untapped, and there's no competition for it. So, and these certain type of people looking for certain type of content that really just come from certain type of people. You know what I'm saying? So,
Those certain type of people have to trust you.
Right, and like I say, even with the content we giving out, it's almost like it's viral because when you see it, it's almost like, damn, these people that I can see go in the store and buying a pack of backwoods or something, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like raw and real versus like I've been telling this same, it's like you see Pooh Shiesty and Denzel Washington. You already know what you're going to expect from Denzel, but you're going to watch Pooh Shiesty first and get a laugh and come back to watch Denzel tonight. Yeah. Because you never know what to expect from Pooh Shiesty. You already know Denzel a 5-star actor, but you just want to see something different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you do a lot of networking in the city, and that's something that I admire, that you give people within the city an opportunity to be on a platform such as in a movie. So with the mixture, like Suki was in the movie along with, let's just say, Bella. So how is the chemistry like with someone who's already experienced in the game and then someone who's just kind of,
Well, on them two particular, the reason why I even went at Suki because I feel like she had never did a movie before and it'd be probably less expensive, easier accessible because I never seen her in a movie. And so when you, just for Suki example, that's somebody I seen a lot of the women taking a liking into. So, and if you kind of put it on the same table, the way that Suki acts, and the character she give off is kind of like the Tubi character, you know what I'm saying? And so, anytime you bump into somebody that ain't never did a movie before and you say, hey, I got 5,000 or 3,000, 4,000, and I mean, I don't see them too much turning it down because everybody want extra exposure that they ain't never really had exposure in their lane, especially if you're doing it the right way or you kind of handling their image the right, especially if you kind of handling their image the right way, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically how that came about.
So what we're gonna do is y'all are here with us, man, for the entire time. So we got a lot more to talk about. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna get into small crosses, man. Crosses and double crosses. If you have not seen these movies, man, if you have not been representing Mississippi like you should, you can go to Amazon Prime right now and Tubi right now and check out these movies. And they doing it big. He talked about it a little bit later, man. But the question that everybody wants to know, what's next for crosses? Let's talk about crosses and double crosses and what it was like putting those together. And then the question that everybody's asking, they asking about triple crosses.
Triple crosses on the way.
Okay.
Man, I really just been letting the streets, like the community, the culture, right triple crosses. Like people see me out in public and they really be guessing what's gonna be in triple crosses. So I really be jotting it down if it's a good idea to be in it with crosses, double crosses, man. Man, kamikaze. I don't know what to say about it, man. But
I mean, you can't say you can expand my detective role a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I get some more lines, man. I ain't had a chance to take a bribe. I ain't had a chance to, shoot nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a chance to kick in a door.
You allowed accusations.
Yes, accusations. I ain't had a chance to do any of that, man. I ain't done any of that, man. All I did was come in and ask a couple of questions, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what the people want.
no,
They want me in triple crossing. That's what I hear out there in the streets.
I think he's trying to start a fight. That's what he's
You
trying to do.
know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what the streets is talking about now. The streets say they want it. That's what they say they want now.
Now kamikaze, we've been expanding on the back end, the creative part, the writer part, just really.
Oh, ain't no doubt.
So we can, future projects, man. We trying to each step we want to give it better quality, better everything. So I've been just trying to expand the people around me for just using more creative brains than myself. So man, double crosses, triple crosses, crosses all of them on Tubi, triple crosses on the way, all double crosses on Amazon Prime. Produced by my guy Walt, executive co-produced Beans, Martin Shepard.
Shouts out to Martin Shepard.
Yeah, so like I say, man, it was just an idea between me and him that we sat down in the car. And
Talk real quick, man, for a lot of people that are listening, because, folks, now it's easy to get your hands on some cameras. You got people that are shooting really, really good content with their iPhones right now. So talk about, what it took for you to actually, because the question is always when I had this product, how can I get it to the people? Because it's different than music. There's no distro kid or United Masters for movies, but you have your movies up where they can be consumed nationwide. So talk about that process and what it took for you to get that up on Amazon Prime.
Far as Amazon Prime, to all the content creators, Amazon Prime is just like YouTube. It's accessible for everybody to upload on their own. Tubi, you need an aggregator. You need a middleman, somebody to distro it for you. But other than that, Amazon Prime is accessible to all content creators. So it's an open outlet for everybody.
That's a good little gym right there.
Yeah.
It is, most definitely.
Did not know that.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, it's just like
Because it's such a
YouTube.
big,
Not
such a
sure
big
about it
platform.
tonight.
Yeah, it's just like YouTube. So, you
Ariel.
upload it the right way with all the right specs and quality and everything.
Kind of like uploading your music to Third Coast Radio.
Right.
There it is.
Right.
Sending music
Okay,
in the third
little
coast radio.
segue there.
We gotta see if we can get the big homie, man. We gotta see if we can get Bobby Rush in triple crosses.
Yeah.
I love
Ooh.
it. Come on.
Ooh, okay.
Let me say to
See if we
you,
get Bobby Rush in that movie, man.
you can go and get me. I'm quite sure. I want to say to you just because thank you for what you have done and what you're doing, what you plan to do, because I did not know that you reached this many counties through
Reach
Mississippi.
the whole state.
That's the whole state. And plus your platform is talking about helping people who can't help themselves. Educate people who not educated about the thing you're doing to be educated more about what you're doing. And this is a big thing you're doing, not just for Mississippi, because the people will take this and take it other places.
Right.
And other people will take a copy of what we done here in Mississippi and I'm a part of this. I'm glad to be a part of it. I enjoyed it so much, and I'm not getting ready to go, but letting you know how much I appreciate you by having this insight about this kind of a show.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for that, because I want you to know that we appreciate you, because I did not know that you had this. I know about the show, did not know you're reaching this kind of mass.
It's all over. You hear that, Java? You hear that? Did you record all of that?
You
got
got
it down?
flowers from
Yeah.
Bobby
We need to
Rush.
make sure that
You
we
record, I record
gotta
everything.
we gotta make
iconic.
sure that we play that for
My
the higher
arms
ups here at MPB, because you know, we're trying to work our way up, you know what I'm saying, to the top show on this beautiful, beautiful station that we're on
We
here,
love
man.
it
So
here.
Bobby Rush says this is fantastic, Java. You got that right.
Fantastic.
You got it.
Right here
And
in
also,
Studio A.
Bobby, we're in Studio A. You know what I'm saying? Just as a matter of fact, you can tell everybody that you were in Studio A tonight.
A is number one.
A is number one.
Right
There it
now.
is. You heard that, Java?
And call me for number 3.
There-
Cross, that is.
There it is. There it is. We making big money deals in here tonight, baby. We making big
Sean.
money deals in here
My
tonight.
bid in.
Yeah.
Bobby and Triple Closet, I think we good. You and
Yeah,
Triple Closet.
yeah.
I don't
There it
need
is. You
nobody
heard it
else.
right here. You heard it right here first on Third Coast
Official.
Radio. Yeah, it's official. We making. Hey, you come on here, man. We making big money deals. This is what we're doing. People gonna be talking about this for years to come.
Years.
What happened on this exact program right here, as a matter of fact, man. But gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for being in here, man. We appreciate y'all for joining us. This has been an honor and a privilege to have y'all in the studio together. As a matter of fact, this is only the second time that we've had both of our guests in the studio at the same time, and a part of what it is we doing, man. And we appreciate y'all. Man been sitting there with us. Of course, we gotta have the Wood Street players. We gotta get you and Hodge back in here, man. And we gotta talk about old school Jacktown hip hop, you know what I'm saying, the days, you know what I'm saying, the golden years of people,
No doubt.
you know what I'm saying, don't know about, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
some stories that, you know, we can tell on the radio and some that we can't tell.
Hey man, I want to get in the movie too.
Yeah.
I want to throw my hand in the bid. Hey,
Hey, since you're here,
We all in there.
hey man, this feather in your cap now to have Batman in the movie now. That's authentic.
Triple Closet, Bobby Rush, Batman. Let's get it.
There you go. There you go. Oh, there it is. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Well, we appreciate y'all for being in here, man, in the studio with us.